evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Sanders, first carry of the game. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's a foot race. 30, 10, 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the...
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
53, check 53. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that is incomplete here.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Shotgun now for Wentz. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards on the play. First down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Undercut. Regular. Pistol. 52 is the mark, 52. Point it right.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Hey, alert.
First down, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
On second and 1, Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Wentz on the give to Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Brought down at the 30.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Throwing is Wentz. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and it's third and short.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Eagles on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Wentz. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down, Philadelphia.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And
the goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First and 10 is Sanders. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Eagle ball carrier.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Eagles 14. Browns 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
His kick is good.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now wins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Wentz now on 1st down. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again, it's Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Wentz again. Being chased out left. And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 7.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his foot.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that is caught. What a grab at the 8.
Complete
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Mike 42, Mike 42. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Jackson. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
At the Browns' 48-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Wentz is intercepted yet again. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this a 39-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half. And they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And some room to roam now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 33 and a first. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you could hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
It's 2nd and inches.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line.
2nd and goal from the 1.
2nd and goal.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Austin Seibert now for the Browns field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Seibert's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line.
Wentz's pass.
It's a big play there for the Eagles. 43 yards. Now a play fake. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete.
Wentz's pass thrown away and incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. Second and 10. Working from the gun. Wentz. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Man open, it's Goodwin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Wentz to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, it's Hunt. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a gain of 9. First down, Cleveland. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
3rd down and 13.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Seibert on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Browns 34. Eagles.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Deep ball for Goodwin. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Terrence Mitchell. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
9 brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 7. First down, Cleveland.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
We got three, fellas, we got 3. It's got Mike 42, It's our field.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cleveland, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.
Kick it and go. Kick it and kick it and go. With a stiff arm, spin move in zones. Go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff arm, spin move in zones. Go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Running it back, never a cap, out of the draft, watching me ball. Soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them out, breaking them out, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, maybe the shoes, maybe the team, maybe the camp, maybe the crew. You need a win, who need a win? That's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. With a stiff arm, spin move in zones, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff arm, spin move in zones, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make off with a feast. A family to feed. Third cold with a trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breathe down with the gang now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kinda drip is a skill. It's the highest cruiser bill.